crazy story that you know what I'm saying, y'all two got together? Because I know you already spoke on stories, but what's something exclusive that you remember?
Let me see. Man, and I don't know, he ain't gonna get mad, I don't think so. I'm gonna kick it, Alright, so you know how I'm saying, he was kind of weird, and he had his own beliefs. Like, he been into like the spiritual, he been fasting, like all the shit y'all know of now, I've been knowing. Like, he was on that shit in high school. You know what I'm saying? And then when we got on the same record label, you know, we was on Dead Game on together. So we used to be at the Bottom Line studio together, and that bitch had a trap in the hood. And when I tell you, like, that nigga was living like DMX in that trap with his dogs, like a real, like, you know, TV on the floor, air mattress on the floor, one couch, you know, kitchen you probably can't cook in that bitch. Only thing you can't cook is dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm talking about living in that bitch. Probably go home to one, you know, whoever he was fucking at the time sometime, but for the most of the time he was in that trap, like, and then that's where he used to write music at. That's what I'm trying to tell you, like, man, that nigga got into this mold, like, he was supposed to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga went through, you know what I'm saying? People think you could skip the process. It's a process you can't skip, and he ain't skip it, you know what I'm saying? But I said all that to say this. At the time, he believed in whatever he believed in. So I'm coming to the studio one day, we label mates, you know, call everybody got Benz's, Hummers on 30s, Beam, I had a Beamer, he had a Benz, the CEO had a Hummer on 30s, that bitch looked like a car show every time we come to the studio, you know what I'm saying?
Around this time, about 19?
About 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? I was about 22 at the oldest, he might have been 21, 20, you know what I'm saying? So, I come to the studio with a box of pizza, you know what I'm saying? I had stopped and got a pizza before the session. So bam, of course anybody in the studio, they welcome to the pizza, I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, what's understood, ain't gotta be explained. But of course, him being him, he meet me at the door, bam, say, man, I'm glad, like, man, I'm hungry as a bitch, man. I'm like, huh, get you something. He like, say, I know you don't mind. He like, man, I know you don't mind giving me nothing. He was like, but he's just, man, I'm on some shit, like, I can't accept nothing from nobody, no nigga, you know what I'm saying? He like, even though it's you, he's like, even if it's a slice of pizza, you like, even though I'm hungry. You know, this shit don't make no sense to me, you know what I'm saying? He like, even though I'm hungry, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, if I'ma eat it, he like, if you gonna give it to, he like, you can't give it to me, like, don't give it to me in my hand, or don't let me get it out the box. He like, man, you gotta throw that bitch on the ground. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, bro, you gotta throw that bitch on the ground, I'ma eat it.
He said, throw it on the ground?
Yeah, throw the slice of pizza on the ground. Cause it's like I threw it away and he picked it up and ate it. Like on some, like, you know what I'm saying? Off the land type shit, you feel me? So look, I'm high as a kite. I had been drinking lean, smoking buku blunts of purple. You hear me? See, at first he had fucked me up, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this nigga can't be serious, right? You feel me? So I'm like, I'm gonna try him, I'm gonna bluff him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it. Boop, threw that bitch on the ground. He like, bitch. Straight picked that bitch up and ate it. I say, bitch, you crazy, you throw it off.
Crazy.
Yeah, I say, bitch, you throw it off. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it was plenty more incidents where it was some shit I just didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? But he was being himself.
I mean, people would probably look at it weird, but he was just being himself.
Yeah, it was some part of his fast, and it was some part of his religion. You know what I'm saying? It was just he ain't want feel like I was giving him nothing.
Yeah.
I don't owe you nothing. You threw that bitch on the ground, I ate it. You threw it away. You know what I'm saying? I still gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't looking like I gave you nothing and I'm looking for nothing in return. But me throwing it on the ground, to me, doesn't change the perspective that it came from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just...
about trash or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's just what he was on at the time. I just, you know, I probably shouldn't even threw it on the ground. Like, I probably should have just been like, man, you ain't gonna come get this shit out the box. But I told you, I was different back then. Then I was loaded, so I'm like, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if this nigga really gonna do this shit. He did it, you know.
How the city accepted, you know what I'm saying, y'all rapping and shit, bro? Cause
Man, they didn't accept me or him.
yeah, I seen that
I'm still not really accepted. Like, I'm one of the rawest rappers ever come from that bitch. They don't really fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want you to, like, crash out. They want to know that if you shot a nigga, they want to know who you shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to know all your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'll never tell on myself or crash myself out for some street glory. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, and he the same way. Like, I mean, a lot of shit from him, like, you know, putting himself in that trap and, you know, going through the process he couldn't skip. That's how he ended up getting the city, because he was going through turmoil. You know, he went to jail for that iron and some, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know. Yeah, they can go to the news article and now they feel like they can relate to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, they seen him pull an Camaro out. They seen him pull a Benz out on Sanchez. They, you know what I'm saying? They seen him with the big dead game chain. Like, all that, you know what I'm saying? All that count. You know what I'm saying? So then it go back to when people who not from the city, they call him, man, that nigga really from, you know what I'm saying? But at the time he attached the dead game, man, they, you know, you could say, like, maybe run the bottom or, you know, definitely top, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was their section at the time for sure, you know what I'm saying? Other than Booster, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, Booster and dead game out that bottom, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everything started to check out, you know what I'm saying? And when everything started to check out, yeah.
I seen that you got shot.
Yeah.
And I think you said Kevin Gates got shot the next day after that.
Probably like 4 or 5 days later, yeah.
4 or 5 days. What was that about? Because, you know, I know you explained it a little bit, but...
Our shooting was completely different incidents, you know what I'm saying? People think it was tied in, but nah, it wasn't. He had some old other shit going on. He got shot on a whole nother side of town. I got shot in our neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?